Yep, I'm back. Bill Collector versus Young Kenny. Let's get into it. Now, I predicted Young Kenny to win this battle. Most definitely. So, I'm actually going to start off as far as the first round. Now, to remind y'all, the first round from Bill wasn't, all that good to me. He started off very, very slow. He acting like the minutes aren't shorter. He acting like he's up in a room with about like 100 and some people or 300 and some people like he usually be doing. He was very, very slow in that first round. It was like to me, I felt like a lot of battlers could have beat it. They could have beat it Bill Collector up in his first round. His first round was like, and then even when Young Cannon on his first round was dang near like, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like they wasn't really motivated to battle each other. And then of course they, from what I'm hearing, is that they real cool too. B Magic, he had dropped out of the battle, and they end up calling Young Cannon. So ain't no telling how that went. So so I started looking at this battle. I'm like, these was one of the battles that I didn't really care for seeing, because for one, I'm not the biggest Bill Collector fan. I'm not. And for two, I'm not the biggest Young Cannon fan. You know what I mean? But Young Cannon, bar for bar, he gets Bill to me. You know what I mean? So I really felt like the battles end up going to be lackluster. So the first round, it's like, to me, I feel like Young Cannon got the first round on Bill. At least Young Cannon just came straight from the gate, but his stuff was still light. So Young Cannon got that first one. Second round, man, second round heated up. And I started looking at Bill, I'm like, you know what? I used to just think that you was like okay, but man, you real witty. And I have to like look at Bill Collector's style of just for what it is. I have to look at it for what it is. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I don't be knowing if he playing or if he's serious, and I be having mixed emotions with Bill Collector. But Bill Collector, he had that Eagle McNabb bar. Oh my, like that bar was hard, man. That bar was hard on Bill. Shout out to Bill, bro. He had the Kanye bar setting up. He had the 6ix9ine bar, and he was like, "I wonder why I bought the 6ix9ine bar." He said, "I'm setting up the Mexican for the stand." He had the Juneteenth bar. The Juneteenth bar was vicious. The Juneteenth bar was crazy. I like the Juneteenth bar. He had niggas don't duck Bill like bad. Like I'm saying, like niggas be ducking Bill. Like bad beats. When the producer shoot you some beats, and you know. So Bill Collector, what I'm saying, he definitely heated up in that second round. I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, he doing everything. He's being witty, he's being funny, he's being serious. He's talking to Young Kenny. He's going bar for bar with Young Kenny. He's doing what he gotta do. Young Kenny, he comes in, he had the spirit taking flight, treat little niggas like stepping stones. He had shots on Bill, raised the tab, body land on him like Mad Fafa, because with that whole thing with the. But I definitely felt like Bill got the second round on Young Kenny. I felt like he got the second round on him. He got it. And then when it was time for Bill's turn, Bill came out like, his breath was bad and shit like that. Like that was hilarious. And I know that was not up in his on a paper or on his phone. He said his breath bad and everything. He said this, and then his third round he comes with scales dropping like ice. Linkin Park, Coldplay. He had the big stage. When it gets to the big stage, Kenny, you never did the big stage, but you do like these little battles or whatever the case might be. People know what you do. People know that you got a lot of bodies as far as like on your resume. But other than that, you just stay right here. You don't go nowhere up. You just stay right there up in that lane. And I understood where Bill was coming with that, because I look at Young Cannon more of like, it's not really a bad thing, especially if it's not really a bad thing if you just want to just battle and you want to just battle for fun. And that's how I kind of like look at Young Cannon. I don't look at Young Cannon like I want my respect. I don't look at Young Cannon like that. I don't look I just don't. I don't look at Young Cannon like that. You know what I mean? So, so I definitely was feeling what, what I'm saying, what what Bill was, was saying with that, what I'm saying, like up in like the third round, he did what he had to do up in that. And then if you really, really like look at their rounds, Cannon, he's the puncher. Bill, he's the witty person. But of course I knew that before this battle started. You know what I mean? So then, third round, now before I go to his third round, which is Young Cannon, Bill Collector was like, I'm surprised he didn't bring up the show off thing. I got to give you your props. But then he bought it up in the third round. So he said after show out, didn't show up until, wait, what did he say? He said he basically did like a show out bar on him. And he basically was like, when he, he did what he did to you, and then you was disappearing. You disappeared for about like a good 2 years. You know what I mean? He was on him. Then he said, you Bill Rice, Thomas Jefferson's son. He had the. He can't. Yeah, he had that Bill. Like he had that Bill Rice Thomas bar, but he said Dre Dennis won't be able to save you out of this one. Can't open the gates for you, but God will. Like that's what he actually had like on his paper, because I was writing some of the bars. Now I'm actually getting better with that, y'all. I'm getting better with that. So he was like, Dre Dennis won't be able to save you. You know what I'm saying? But from the pearly gates, but God will, because Dre Dennis, he owned the league called the Garden of the Gates. The pearly gates are the Garden of the Gates, one of those. So up in this third round, it was very, 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 very debatable. It was very debatable. But if I really, really had to pick, I kind of felt like Bill Collector won this battle 2-1. Bill Collector won the third battle. He won, not the third battle, he won the third round. Because when it get to my preference, I prefer the wittiness. I prefer the you built for just everything more than just punching. And I feel like other than punching, Young Cannon don't really have no personality. You know what I mean? So I got Bill taking this 2-1. And yeah, I'm down. Yeah, I'm 3-1. I had Young Cannon beating Bill. I did. But I had Bill winning this battle 2-1. And the judges was actually right. But, I kind of wish I would have, picked Bill up in my predictions, because Bill kind of made me a fan. I had a hard time, like, listening to Bill. Like, I haven't even looked at Bill versus Hitman yet. But now I think I want to go to it and check it out. So, yeah, so Bill Collector, won his battle 2-1. But he edged him by this much against Young Cannon. He edged him by this much. You know what I mean? So Bill Collector most definitely won this battle. I will be moving on to the next battle, all right? And yeah, so I'm 3-1. I'm 3 up. And I got 1 loss, because I had Young Cannon beating Bill Collector. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But we're gonna see about this next battle though. Alright? Go on.